To begin, we'd like to acknowledge that tonight's event is taking place in the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of New Credit and the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. We're grateful to have the opportunity to work in the community. This film is eligible for the Girls People's Choice Award. Vote for your favorite films at tiff.net/vote. And we'd like to thank Trust Nordis for providing us with the movie. And a big, big thanks to the Danish Film Institute for their ongoing and very generous support of our programming effort. They're great partners. It's a real pleasure to be up here to introduce this film. Paprika and some special guests will be here at the end of the film for a Q&A, so please stick around. Paprika, she's well known as an actress. You might have seen her in like The Celebration, The Idiots, Open Hearts, Adam's Apples, Fear Me Not, Applause, The Substitute. And she's also been directing films for a number of years. She had a great debut with a film called Aftermath, and we had the privilege of world premiering her second feature, a film called With Your Permission, a couple years ago. What's really interesting about her work is that she's often finds... She likes to explore very uncomfortable subjects and often finds the humor in them. That's definitely in this film. It's about things that I think make us all uncomfortable, which is family holidays. Anyway, it's a very funny movie. I hope you guys enjoy it, and stick around because we'll be back with Paprika and some other special guests at the end of the film. Thanks for coming. Please welcome producer Michael Ricks, screenwriter Jacob Weiss, and the star and director of the film, Paprika Steen.
Oh, thank you.
Comments?
You laughed, yes. I want to say like Sally Field. You laughed, you really laughed.
Anyone want to ask anything? Comments? Cabbage recipes? Yeah, right there. Was the child, the daughter Leia, a kind of light in the darkness, or yeah, was it light in the darkness?
Inspired by Bergman?
Yeah, was it inspired by Bergman, or how did that character come from?
I love Bergman, but maybe it's in my subconscious way, or maybe the writer is. Maybe you stole it from somebody. I'm not guilty. No, but for me, a lot of us are parents or are going to be parents. And at one point, we were arguing with our spouse. And at one point, we look over, and there's the kid sitting, not crying, not laughing, not just, with the eyes. And that is kind of the mirror. So for me, she was like the magic in the movie, and the witness, the innocence, the angel,
a blessed child.
Jesus child. I don't know. She was a lot of things. And I think those eyes of hers, were pretty incredible. I mean, I was really happy with the face that I found. And during the casting, there were a lot of actresses, child actresses, that were actually a lot better than her. But there was just something about the way she looked at you. And then you thought she was really innocent, but when we said cut, she was like, she knew what was going on. She was funny and sharp. She was 7 years old. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I said a lot of stuff to her just to tease her. And she got everything. And I just thought she had that kind of thing that kids have. I'm not a fan of movies where kids are more intelligent than the grown-ups. I mean, that cliche about the teenage girl coming to say to her mother, you should date mom, which is... never happened. And, all these, I like children with, if you really have to tell about innocence, then it's all in their eyes, it's something you put in them. But I'm definitely sure Bergman is somewhere. I'm Danish, he's Swedish, but it's somewhere.
Next, there was someone else with their hand up. Yeah. Why,
Yes.
why was
we
there a
had-
line in English?
I understand that question because that's really weird. Because in Scandinavia we are bilingual. Like in Scandinavia we don't subtitle and stuff. We have our second language is English. So when we don't want to say something in front of our kids, like you call, like I've noticed that you call things other things. Like if you talk about candy, you say, you spell it or you say the thing, you know, or whatever. But in our country, but now they're getting really good at English, even the kids. So we have to take care. Now we are going to switch into French or talk with an accent or something. We switch into English. And the joke is not that, it's not a joke. It's something we do. But the joke of the movie, which is maybe hard to understand, is that Barbara speaks perfectly British while she does it, you know, in such an annoying way. But because you could just be like really bad at English and just say, please don't say anything in front of her, you know, like in a Danish accent. But then she said it with a real British accent on top of it because she's so annoying.
In purple there, yeah. Did you write any of your own family or situations into the film?
I think I would tell you that. I can tell you that much as Michael did. Michael is my ex-husband, who's also produced the movie. And Red Cabbage.
That's a true story.
And we're in Toronto, so it's not going to go anywhere. You know, as you say, when you go on tour, this happens in Toronto, it stays in Toronto, okay? Or in Toronto. I don't know how.
Close enough.
Okay. Yeah. So, no comments.
So technically, no. There was someone down here? No? I saw another hand? Yes? Anyone? Right there, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'll get to you next. Go ahead. The lady really liked the way you defended your
Yes.
character defended the outcast sister.
But I think that's an interesting perspective because we read into who we are, kind of. You probably, you know, I don't know you, but you probably have some kind of thing that reminds you of that inside you. But I thought it was very important that if I am if I'm directing or if we're writing a character that is pretty obnoxious and annoying, like my sister, like the sister of mine, and thank God I didn't have to play that. I put myself in the nice character because I'm always playing the bitch. So I thought it was the first time you just decide I'm not going to play the bitch this time. But the thing is that as a human being, in all your goodness, in all your, I want to do this for her, I want to do this for it's actually also a little egocentrical. I mean, you're doing it for yourself a little bit too, to tell yourself that you're a good person. And it was actually true when the sister says you forgot that she lived with us for 8 months, like you forgot that she beat my husband or her boyfriend beat up my husband. And so so I think it's interesting that no character are one like only good or only bad. You know what I mean? So there has to be some kind of please, you know what I mean? I don't know the word.
There
has to be a
dialect,
and if it's not coming from me, it has to come from the other characters. Like, I don't sell out any character, even though how horrible they are. The last thing we see is the guy almost torturing the kid with a toothbrush, but then I kind of pick him up at the stairs because he doesn't feel good. He's not happy. You know, the guy that is the most obnoxious person in the whole movie, except for this kid and his wife. But, you know, they're all like really vulnerable. And me, who is the strong character and is the right character and does all the right stuff and has all the right opinions, she's also kind of obnoxious in a way. Because she's the one who's like, yeah, I made the cake before you. Yeah, I sewed all the I mean, she was just too perfect, too annoying. You get what I mean? You. Do you know what I mean? I had one vodka. I admit I'm a little outspoken. It's very late. And I'm jet lagged.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. The gentleman over there, yeah. Person over there, go ahead.
I was just wondering
Yeah, I did that a year later. No. That was actually my first scene in my mind. I want this movie to end with the snow and a crane, which turned into a drone, and the dog barking, and this guy that is not even really bloodly related to this guy finding him dead, and just standing out like, what's going on? Like, and I talked a lot about with the actor, the guy who plays my dad, like, why is he dying? And we were talking in the readings, like, are they kind of killing him, like sitting out there? No, people die, you know. And if you drink a bottle of whiskey in the middle of the night, listening to Bach, well, the snow goes around, you know, you're probably gonna, you know, maybe not die, but there's a chance that it's not really healthy. And the symbolic thing in it is that I really like that he has closure in some way, and nobody else does. And he's the asshole, so, you know, he's the. This is all my opinions. That's what I read into it.
Did you guys have it?
Maybe you should talk somebody else should say something.
Know, I wrote it pretty much that way. Yeah.
He wrote it. No, I didn't put it in later. It was always there.
Right there.
Well,
that's
sorry.
Okay.
Then next question. No, what? It's late. It's Saturday or Sunday or something. Yeah. I don't remember.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Whatever. Copied.
How close are those traditions to Danish Christmas traditions?
Like them.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Walk around the tree and sing. Yeah. We argue every year what songs to be. It's the same songs we sing every year, but like when are we singing what? It's always an argument. Like, why don't we sing this? And no, I think I want this. I want that. But we end up singing. I'm sorry, that's the vodka. We end up singing all of them, and then we end up with a special song for kids, because we only take the fun songs at last, because then the kids have fun. You know, like, because we do this for the kids. Christmas, you know? Yeah.
And the story?
That is sometimes not. That is like maybe every fifth family do that.
But the songs
they did it in my family.
And his family.
That was you know, reading Peter's Christmas was some challenge, you know, every year, and is some challenge for every child. So when you read Peter's Yule, it's horrible for a child. Yeah, it's really horrible.
It's old. It's an old
but
thing.
The parents
it's like
want
thou,
you to
though,
read
thy.
it, you know. Yeah.
But it's also like the language of it is more, I thrice you, though, the cry, the thra, and it's not, you know, that's not fun for a 10-year-old to read.
Yeah.
But it's actually very accurate.
Yeah.
But not Fool Torben or Stump Torben. That's specific to the family, right?
Which
the game where they're trying to
the quiz, the pop quiz.
Yeah, the quiz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's probably later on.
You
like
have
that's maybe when you're drunk
and all that. And Torben's quiz is. That's Torben's quiz, as you saw it.
I mean, those really hard questions is not. Maybe you do Trivial Pursuit or something, but though he makes it. I'm sorry, I cut out some of it, but he has a big map of questions because he prepared, and he saves the question. And there's a part that I had to edit out that is like, but we never get the answer because no. Then we'll save it for next year. It's so annoying. Yeah, but I'm sorry I didn't have it in. The scene got too long.
Yeah, but you know, the thing in this scene is that it's Torben's ambition. And it's not that, you know, he doesn't think about the kids and all that. He just has to succeed. And that's how it is in this scene, that Torben wants to succeed. And Christmas is, he's forgotten everything about Christmas. And that's the point, you know. Parents and grown-ups forget about, you know, what Christmas is about.
Some do. You can't say that because
no, that's very
nobody
general.
Does that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Do you have plans to do a sequel of other family holidays? I would love that.
But you see, in Denmark, it's a very hedonistic country. Even though we call ourselves Christians, we don't celebrate that many holidays. We have Easter, which is a little more less uptight, you know. It's still, but it's a little less uptight. You know, I know what happens after Christmas Eve. After this, Okay, so maybe sometimes people are resting for the 1st of Christmas Day. 2nd of Christmas Day, we all meet again and have lunch. And if you're married 3 times on both sides, like my family was, this was continue for 6 days. It is hell on earth. It is horrible. And I could actually do julefrokost next time. The Christmas lunch would just be like a repeat, and like it was. And they have snaps at those lunches, so they get really drunk before 2. And then now it's not about the present and the kids anymore. It's about, look, we have to eat and drink. The Danes are, great in some way, and really a drinking kind of. I never drink. That's why I did it tonight. But I would love to do another one. I think in the next one we're working on, me and Jakob. I'm happy you say so much. Also you, Michael. It's no, I'm sorry. I'm speed talking.
I'm happy for letting us. Yeah.
It's about parenting and school and public school and the overly protective parents that right now is an issue everywhere in the white society of, go to LA or something. Everything is like, my kid has a zillion allergies and, the protection of the kid from the world, that they're so afraid for the kid to go on the world. But at home, it's a war zone because the mother is so neurotic and has so many issues and the father's never home. And, I could go on. Because my art is from hate. No, it's not. No, I'm just kidding. Remember, I'm an actor in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, but we're doing
forget where
somehow a related sequel. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Was the picture of the grandmother passed out on the bed? Was it posted to Instagram?
Why did you notice that I didn't show it? I didn't have time. Seriously, she was supposed to see it in the kitchen. We filmed it. Now I'm revealing secrets here, but I thought the kitchen scenes was so subtle and quiet, and the laugh there, I didn't feel it fitted in. I felt that it would be kind of in this kind of really soft and thin scene because it didn't really have anything but morning,
When she gets back to France one day, sitting with a glass of white wine, she'll see that picture.
But you can't say that because she's going through the pictures in the morning. So I had a picture where she looked at it and just deleted it and again went on. But
we can do 1 or 2
kill
more.
your darlings. And, yeah.
1 or 2.
100. I don't care. I'm a row. God, I've heard that. No.
Because there were like 3 or 4 parts that felt like almost.
Yeah, I know. After.
Scene and then the little girl saying to you like the ant, and then that's right.
See, I didn't know that. He's a writer. No, I heard that before, but I actually didn't know about it before.
No, we had a few references, but not that family vacation at all. No.
But it's like when you take up like a theme that is so universal, it's almost that you can't. You're kind of getting up with the same ideas. We need a kid, we need a mom, we need. We were actually, but I loved it.
There's an attic in Black Christmas too. So.
Yeah, I stole without knowing it. Yeah.
Well, I made a movie also with 2 sisters, and the younger sister was an addict, and Hannah and her sister Diane Weiss is an addict, and I don't know if Irina and 3 sisters is an addict. I don't think so. Chekhov, I said that's an intellectual joke, but I think it's just something. No, I didn't think about it. I have a couple of things that I won't tell you what it is. You'll have to find out and write me on Instagram.
So yeah, right there. Everybody seemed like a family. Did you have a lot of time to rehearse, or did you just have really awesome actors?
I had awesome actors, and I'm an awesome director. I am awesome in that way, that I am an icebreaker, like completely like I am here. I have no it's not that I'm politically incorrect or like to offend people, but I like to be very direct. And I give them this part, and I'm telling them from day one that we cannot have egos here. It's a family. It's like we're one person. Nobody's important and everybody's important. And I know that goes for all acting, but it doesn't, I tell you. But then this, it does. It goes for this. And we're all playing under the same sky. You can't go off and just make your own monologue that way. You have to just stay here in the room. Also, we shot in one location. I made specifically the hair and makeup room, no trailers. Everybody was in the same hair and makeup room and costume room. And we actually ate the same. It was like a house between next to the house. And we were there every day. Everybody was sick from the flu. So we actually had to say, all right, action. No, wait, on action. Wait. And people were coughing for 2 minutes. And everybody ready? Okay, let's. You can also see it. I can see my cold in the movie. But, you know, it's winter. So. But I think that family spirit is also because I'm so direct. I mean, the woman who plays my mom is a big theater actress, and she also been in the most popular show in Denmark ever on television many years ago when she was very young. And every time I didn't like what she was doing, I was like, yeah, that's too much of that. Just up to 2018, please. Just no that. You know, that was the kind of way we were, you know, I was talking to them, and then it became kind of, we could say everything and laugh a lot. And the kids were, like, they didn't want to go home. You know, you have rules about kids that has to go and they can only be there for 4 or 6 hours and blah, blah, blah. And they didn't want to leave, you know, like, and so it was just, it became a little magical for me. I mean, it was kind of, I don't know, it was just a great spirit for everyone. But I also really thought about how to put the cast together so they wouldn't be alienated from another. You know, I wouldn't put two really different kind of actors in the same, you know, that would have been weird. The father is the best friend, my best friend's father. He's an actor, but she's my oldest friend. The guy on this phone is my son. The girl who plays my daughter is my friend's daughter.
Ole Bornedal's.
Excuse me?
Ole Bornedal's daughter.
Yeah, Ole Bornedal is also a director. The Sophie I worked with in my first movie, the guy who plays her husband, Torben, I worked with 4 times on stage. I did Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf with him, and I've been married to him on stage for 5 or 6 times, you know, so I really kept it. He's my ex-husband. This guy I don't know, but, you know, he can write. And, no, but
Sophie's
I try
ex-husband
really,
edited it.
I'm sorry?
Sophie's ex-husband edited it. Didn't she say
And
that?
Sophie's ex-husband, you know, Sophie who played Barbara in the movie, edited the movie. I like to keep it close. And it was just really, it felt very quickly as a family. Oh yeah, the guy who plays my husband's, his wife was the makeup artist. And so on.
Okay, we could do one more? Yeah? We got time? Quick. Yeah, go ahead. How long did you guys...
5 weeks. 4 days a week. I told you 5 weeks with 4 days a week. We just longed the hours. I told you I'm an insanely good director.
And on that note,
Yeah.
I think we should end
that
it.
little masterpiece, no. Thank you for
guys.
coming.
Tell your friends. The film screens again, so tell your friends, and thanks for coming. And congratulations.